Welcome everyone to today's bonus webinar, Optimize Your Social Media, How to Increase Your Engagement by Posting Less Often. My name is Maria Piegler and I am going to be your host for today's webinar. And today's webinar is going to work a little bit differently. For those of you watching the recording, it won't be any differently for you. But for today's live webinar, I am doing this at a different time because I'm out of town at a workshop. So we're still going to do the 1 hour webinar. We probably won't have as much live Q&A because this is at a different time. So I'm going to follow this up next Thursday at our regular 1 p.m. Eastern time with a live optimization workshop where I will be doing hands-on optimization with you and your social media. So we will be doing that live next Thursday. I'll take care of just a few housekeeping details as far as how this is going to work. The webinar will be probably 30-45 minutes. And the great news is you don't have to take any notes because as a socialmediaonlineclasses.com member, you get the slide deck, you get the MP3 audio, you get the webinar recording and a one-page infographic. And you are going to love the infographic from this month. So let's go ahead and get started. So by optimizing your social media, what I mean by that is getting more engagement by doing fewer posts. Because I know that a lot of our members feel like social media can be a burden by having to post every single day. And so my goal is to show you that you don't have to post every day, that you can get even better results by posting less often. Now, we already have on the socialmediaonlineclasses.com blog a blog post about how to get great engagement on any social network using these 4 engagement hacks. I'm not going to go over this in today's webinar, but this is a little bit more simple than what we're going to be going over today. Basically, it's use video, visuals, bite-sized content, and share other people's content. This is a live link that you can click on here to go to that particular bonus webinar, or excuse me, that particular blog post, and you can even search for it in Google and find it. But on today's webinar, we're going to be talking about something completely different. Whoops. My computer is lagging a little bit because God bless him, I'm on hotel Wi-Fi. And you know what that's like. So how to get more engagement. So that's what we're going to be talking about on today's bonus webinar. And I have what I call an engagement recipe. Goodness, again. And it's targeting the right people with the right message at the right time. Now that almost sounds too slick. That's too easy to do. But I'm going to be showing you how to target the right people on social media so you're not reaching everybody, but your most profitable target audience. I'm going to be showing you how to get the right message to them, which is the posts that are your most popular, how to do more of those and even improve on them, and how to go beyond just what the most popular days and times are to post on social media. We're going to be taking a look at when your fans engage the most on social media. And so we're going to start with how to target the right people. And there's something that a lot of people like to say is, well, my target audience is everybody because anyone could use my product. It's not everyone. And that's a hard lesson for a lot of people to hear, but it's not. And if you're speaking to everyone, you're speaking to no one. You want to speak to those particular individuals that are going to be in your most profitable target audience. And y'all, is a really underused feature of Facebook called audience targeting that you can do on any Facebook post. Now, the reason that I'm showing Facebook first is because I hear from so many of our members who say, I feel like no one sees my posts. I'm not getting any engagement. And organic reach is tough to get these days on Facebook. So I'm going to show you how to get great organic reach and engagement. So the first thing you want to do is to select a target audience for your post. And you can target your audience by interest or by demographics. Now, I'm going to suggest that when you do this, you do demographics, because people are your fans because they're interested in what you have to offer. So you're already reaching those people. Now, this is what Facebook calls a preferred audience, and this is where you can target people by what Facebook pages they like. I don't really use this very much, because if people like my social media onlineclasses.com page, I pretty much know they're interested in social media. So it's just kind of redundant, frankly. It could be more if you're doing a post that's really super targeted, like if I was doing something on Pinterest, if I was posting about something on Pinterest social media, then I would target people who like Pinterest. That I can see. But I think you're going to do better with audience restrictions, and I'll give you an example. 99.9% of the people who become members at socialmediaonlineclasses.com come from English-speaking countries. So I target those. I target people who live in the most populated English-speaking countries. I also target people who are over 25, because your Facebook posts can go to anyone 13 and over. I don't want 13-year-olds as members. They're not going to buy my product. So I have a lot of fans from India and Egypt and the Philippines, and I'm very happy to have them. I'm happy to help them with their businesses with my Facebook posts, but they don't purchase from me. So when I'm doing my targeting, this is who I want to target. So this is the first thing that you can do. And it allows you to reach your target audience within your fan base. That's really important. If you want to roll within a certain demographic or interest outside of your fan base, then you need to boost your posts. That way you can go beyond the number of people who are your fans. And I don't recommend this for every post that you do, but definitely your most important posts. If something that's an offer, that's a sale, that has to do with revenue or an event. Now, as a bonus to make your post have greater virility or shareability, you want to think about what's in it for someone to share this. Why would someone share my post? And I'm going to show you an example from one of our socialmediaonlineclasses.com members. This is Becky Swinson from Swinson Gardens, which is the largest organic peony farm in the United States. They are located in Minnesota. And they have what they call their peony field days, which are 2 days in June where people can come and visit their farm. It's a big 2-day event for them. It's a huge revenue generator. And so Becky put $100 behind this post. And take a look at the fabulous results that she got. She reached thousands of people with this. I can't remember the exact number. But for this, we're really looking at engagement. She had 602 people like it, 27 comments, and 63 shares. So she got a lot for her money. And Becky also told me that she targeted her specific audience. They know who their ideal customer is. And she said that she was able to attribute a good 30% of their sales on peony field days to her Facebook ad. And so I'm super, super proud of the ad that she did. Now, why would somebody share this? Well, let's go. I want to go to peony field days. If I'm a gardener, or if I'm in the local area, what a beautiful place to go. I would feel like Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz running through the poppy fields. So there's a lot of shareability with this. This is an event that would be fun to go to with your family or friends. So boosting your post is the second way that you can go and get a lot of engagement by reaching the right people. Now, the third way that you can do this is to tag brands and people. And the reason that I like this so much is because they get a notification. So you're already engaging with them. You know, they're getting a notification saying, hey, somebody mentioned you. Well, they're definitely going to come and look and see what the mention was. And so you're starting a conversation, and it doesn't require a huge reach. When I do this, I've had posts that only reach 20 people, but they were the most engaging post I've ever done. It started a fabulous conversation. And here's an example. Now, this is an example on LinkedIn. And I like LinkedIn for this because you can tag people from your personal profile. There's no restriction. And this is one of our social media online classes.com graduates, Linda Spiegel, who is an HR expert. And she's on a Wall Street blogging panel. And she's talking about how resumes are marketing tools. Now, first of all, I like this because you don't see many people doing a talking head video on LinkedIn. So it stood out for that. But then she started a conversation by tagging her colleagues that she's connected to on LinkedIn. And it started a genuine conversation. So it really didn't matter how many people it reached. It started a conversation and she got engagement. So here's how to do this from Facebook, because they have a lot of limitations as to from your Facebook page. Usually it's just other Facebook pages. Sometimes they will let you tag people, and you would think it would be the people who like your page, but that's not always the case. Here's a great example from a hair salon that I did an interview with. They absolutely crush their social media. And it's G. Michael Salon in Indianapolis. And they held a very simple contest for Valentine's Day of guess the number of candies in the jar. And so what they did was to get more people to enter was they tagged their customers from their business page. And you can see that up here and also down here. But then the owner switched in the comments, he switched his identity from his business page to his personal profile and then tagged friends. And you can do that in the comments. You can't do it up here, but you can do it in the comments. So here's exactly how to do this. From your business page, create a Facebook post. Then go to the comments section, switch your identity to be your personal profile, and then tag your friends in the comments. That is an ethical, authentic way to get people to engage with your Facebook post from your page. Excuse me, I'm going to take a drink for a moment. I'm going to check and see if we have any questions. Nope, we don't have any questions. Y'all please go ahead and type your questions in the chat window and I'll be happy to answer those for you. Okay, so we're going to keep going. Okay, so here we are at our engagement recipe, right people. Okay, we don't need to go through all this. We already did this. Okay, here we go. Now, for tagging, we have, I've written an ultimate guide to social media tagging, and it's available on our blog post. This is a public blog post available to anyone. This is such a definitive guide that it ranks #1 in Google for social media tagging. So you can just search for it and you'll find it. And you get this infographic plus a huge ultimate guide that goes through every single one of these 64 tactics. And I go over every major social network here with examples of how to tag people. So this is a fantastic resource to have. Okay, I love this example. Have a conversation. Now that sounds simple, and it is, but there's a couple of things that you need to get right here to do this well. And I'm highlighting one of my favorite Facebook pages here. It's Daniel Smith Artist Materials, and they create a lot of different kinds of paint, including my favorite brand of watercolor paint. Now, what they're doing is asking their fans about themselves. People love to talk about themselves. And years ago, it used to be that the prevailing wisdom on engagement was to do simple, like fill in the blank questions and things like that. This is far more genuine. Ask your fans about themselves. Ask about their successes. Help them with their challenges. And so here, I want to show you a couple things that they do right. First of all, they're posting on Sunday morning, and they got 27 comments. Now, if they had posted this on Monday morning, they probably would have gotten no comments because Sunday morning is leisure time. So they're posting at a time when people have more time to take a look on Facebook and respond. And they also do this every Sunday. So this is a tradition. Then they're asking their fans about themselves. And let's take a look at this even more. Here's the same post, kind of expanded. They got so many comments that I couldn't even include this whole thing and make it readable. And they replied to every single comment. If you want to see this particular post, here is the link for it. You can see it live, but it was something that people absolutely loved responding to. And they uploaded photos of their artwork that they had been doing. It really was a fantastic conversation that they were having with their fans. And you can see here, only 14 people liked it, but more people commented on it than liked it. And Daniel Smith responded to every single comment. So if you're going to take the time to get engagement, you need to make sure that you're engaging back with your fans. Otherwise, all you've done is disappointed somebody who's going to be a potential customer. Okay, that's how you can reach the right people. Now we're going to take a look at how to get the right message to those people. Once you've targeted them, what is the right message? Well, you want to take a look at your most popular post, including what kind is it, the post type, the post content, and the post image. And this involves looking at your analytics. And I can hear you all now. Yes, nobody likes analytics, including me. It's math, it's yucky, ooh, spreadsheets, numbers. I don't know what to do with it. I get it. I understand. It's me too. Nobody likes having to look at analytics. But in your analytics is where the gold is. This is what's going to tell you what your right message is. And this is what's going to turn those right people into your most profitable customers. And so stick with me because I'm going to show you how to turn your analytics into an actionable plan. I promise. All right. So the first thing you want to do is review your analytics. And you can get social analytics natively within the applications for your Facebook page, an Instagram and Pinterest business account, YouTube, and Twitter. Now, if you use a social media management tool like Hootsuite or Buffer or Sprout Social, those also offer them. But there are some social networks that just don't give them to you. LinkedIn makes you pay for premium, and even then, I don't know how good the analytics are. I will tell you something that Facebook has done very quietly and not told anyone. And that is they have removed the ability to sort your analytics by reach and engagement, which frankly kind of renders them relatively useless. This is your Facebook post insights. It's what it looks like. You can't sort them at all now. It used to be that you could sort them by the date and by reach and engagement. That is not true anymore. But I'm going to show you in this webinar how to get around that. So stick with me. All right, here's how you turn analytics into action. Now I'm looking here at my Pinterest business account analytics, and it has two sections. Up here at the top, it's showing me trends. You know, over the last 30 days, what are the trends? I don't care. That's not my most important data. My most important data is down here. What were my most popular pins over the last 30 days? And what is the analytics telling me? Well, it's telling me how many people saw each of the pins, how many saved it, how many clicked on it, and if I promoted these pins. Now, what I can do is go through here and see that I have two pins that are hugely popular, far more than anything else. They also have the P next to them saying that I promoted them. And I did. I promoted them for a week, probably a year and 2 years ago. But they have continued to be astronomically more popular than my other pins. So what does it tell me? Well, it tells me that I need to boost the content that I think is going to be popular on Pinterest. It also tells me that popularity is not necessarily the key to getting Pinterest saves. Now, Pinterest saves are great for branding, and you can consider that engagement. It's a light form of engagement. Really, clicks are better because it's somebody coming to my website. So in that case, this infographic here, which is the ultimate guide to hashtags, is the winner. This one is about how to extend the life of your content. More people save it because it's a little bit more complicated, but not as many people are clicking through to it. So what do I do with this? What do I do next? So let's turn this into an actionable plan. What this tells me is I have an infographic here. I have two that I promoted, and I got a ton of value out of it. I didn't spend that much money to promote these, maybe $70 each for a week, and it continues to increase their popularity for years. So what I'm going to do is take a similar infographic down here, this guide to social media tagging, which ranks #1 on Google, and you better believe I'm going to be promoting that pin. So #1, I'm going to promote an infographic on Pinterest, and it's going to be my ultimate guide to social media tagging. So I now have the first thing on my action plan. I turned analytics into action. Okay, let's take a look at this. These are Facebook Insights. They don't look like Facebook Insights, and I'm going to show you why. Look, to see your insights, you need to go to your business page. Now, on your business page, you will go to your insights. And I'm a big believer in the 80-20 rule. Look at everything. You just want to look at the 20% of the insights that are going to give you the 80% of the results that you need. So while we wait for Facebook to load all this stuff, I'm looking and I'm not seeing any questions. Guys, there's a chat window here where you can type questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. Okay, and so here we are at Insights. This is my page, and I'm going to click on Insights. And then Facebook is going to give you kind of a fire hose of data. Too much, really. And not all of it is relevant or important. So I'm going to show you what you need to look at. And it's really only one thing. And you're going to skip the overview that comes up here, which is really full, and you're going to go straight to posts. So you're going to select that. And you're going to skip this up here when fans are online, and you want to come down here and look at all posts published. Now, it used to be that you could sort on these, and you can see here I'm not getting anything here that would tell me I can sort. This looks like you can, but if you click on it, Facebook acts like it's sorting, but it's not. They stay in the same descending date order, which forces you to kind of scroll through and see what your most popular posts are. You're really guessing. And who has time for this? You know, people don't like analytics already, and now you're making it hard. So I'm going to show y'all what my most popular post was. It's this one right here. Ironically, it's that same guide to social media tagging. I didn't boost this at all, and it was very, very popular. But I wasn't sure if this was the most popular one, looking at it just from these insights, because I was guessing. So I'm going to show you how you can override Facebook's lack of sorting ability. You're going to export your data, and you're going to pull it into a spreadsheet. And I'm going to show you how to make this super painless, I promise. I used to teach spreadsheets, and I'm going to show you how to make this easy, easy peasy. You want post data. You do not want page data, because that is way too much. You want post data. I think it will give you only 90 days, but you want to do your date range here. And then for your file format, you want it a CSV file. That's very important, because Facebook's Excel files are pretty much useless. And then instead of all post data, all you want is post engagement. And then go ahead and export it. And then what you're going to get is something that looks like this. Pretty this up in terms of kind of wrapping columns and stuff, but you'll import this into either Excel or Drive or whatever, Numbers, whatever your spreadsheet tool is. And here you can sort by engagement. You don't have to guess at it. So here, what's the most important data? Well, it's how many people were engaged, what was the post, and when did I post it? So let's take a look at this. And this is what does it tell me. This by far was my most popular post, almost times 6. It was 600 times more popular than the next post. Now, why was it so popular? Well, it's an infographic on social media tagging, but get this, it's 2 years old. It is not the first time I posted it on Facebook, but it's the only time that it was this popular. So why was it popular? Because of the day and time I posted it, Friday morning. I know for my audience, because I've seen my analytics in the past and I've engaged with people who engage with my post, that Friday morning is the time when I get the most engagement on my posts. So what does that tell me? Well, it tells me I need to do more Friday morning posts for things that are super important. And so what should I do next? Well, I need to go and outline what I want to do. What are my most important messages? What are my promotions? What are my sales that are coming up? What are my events? I need to post about those on Friday morning. So I now have 2 things on my action plan. The first one was I need to promote this same infographic on Pinterest. And now I know I need to, on Facebook, do my most important post on Friday morning. So I now have 2 things on my action plan. Okay, now that was the hard part. That was the right message using analytics. The right time, we're going to take analytics again, but I promise this is the easy part. You don't even have to export. All you want to do is look at your analytics and look at when you posted and when your most popular posts were. You don't want to rely on that chart that Facebook has at the top of this. That's not specific enough. It's not specific enough to know what day, what 3 days and times. You want to know the most important for data for you is what day and time did I have my most popular post? And for me, it's Friday morning. For Daniel Smith, it's Sunday morning. When is it for you? The only way you're going to know that is by looking at your analytics. And it's telling me Friday morning. So what do I do next? I post my most important content on Friday morning. So I now have a 3-pronged plan for more engagement on social media. I'm going to promote content on Pinterest. I'm going to do my most popular post on, my most popular messages are infographics. And I need to post them on Friday mornings on Facebook. That's my plan for engagement. And to wrap this up in one neat and tidy package is the Optimize Your Social Media infographic. And this wraps everything that we just talked about into a one-page blueprint of reaching the right people with the right message at the right time. It's got all the different tactics we talked about. It's got how to review your social analytics and turn those into action, and how to identify the right time to post on social media. And I am happy to take your questions. Go ahead and post those in the YouTube chat window. I'm happy to answer your questions here. If you are a socialmediaonlineclasses.com member, you will get all of this in the webinar vault on Monday. You will get the webinar replay, the full recording. You will get the slide deck, the MP3 audio, and the infographic. Plus, you'll get the live implementation workshop next Thursday, where I will help you. I mean, I am going to get my hands dirty and get in there with you and optimize your social media. So if there are no questions, thank you for attending, and I will see you in class at socialmediaonlineclasses.com.